Now for today's quick shot of Sips, Suds, and Smokes.
Hey, it's sipping time again, and welcome to this quick shot episode where everything good in life is worth discussing. As always, we are the best thing on at 2 and 1 second a.m.
That's a fact. You know, the West Wing reruns are on at 1 o'clock, so we don't have to worry about them, and we take over after that. So
I was watching Cool Runnings, man.
Cool Runnings.
It was great.
Jamaican bobsled.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was a classic in that time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Well, this is Made Man Bob, and joining me this evening is Made Man Brent.
Pleasure to be here. I'm feeling a little political today.
I think you should feel a little political today. So, given what we have on the table, and good old boy Justin.
That's a fact, Jack. Oh, good to be here. Good old boy Justin chiming in.
Well, our sip segments are all about wine, distilled spirits, tea, coffee, and anything else you can sip. And this is a whiskey quick shot episode, so here are the whiskeys we're going to discuss today. So these are all from Proof and Wood. So we've got the Exodus Rum.
Wait a minute, you said whiskeys.
No, there's one rum.
Yeah, I'm on.
We have the Exodus Rum. We have the Roulette Straight Rye Whiskey. We have the Representative Barrel Proof Straight Bourbon Whiskey. We have the Senator Barrel Proof Straight Rye Whiskey, and we have the Cabinet, which is a blend of straight whiskeys. So there's your politics. This is about as much politics as I care to discuss with anybody at this particular point in my life.
Correct.
It has gone.
Yeah. I used to work in politics and successfully extricated myself from that giant pool of poop. So let's go to our sips ratings, and we're going to have Justin tell us about those.
One sip, man. Give me a glass of water to wash out my mouth, man.
Gangazine, water. Gangazine, bring water. Bring water.
This is what happens when we have one rum. You know, this is what we get stuck with, for crying out loud. One Jamaican rum.
One Jamaican rum. Jamaican
Okay.
man.
Keep going.
2 sips. Nice, but what else do you have, man?
Well, isn't that nice?
3 sips. 'Tis interesting, but what was this again?
Interesting.
4 sips. Let's keep this secret to ourselves, man. Pour me another.
That's classified.
You forgot light me a blunt.
But you remembered, man. Pass it on. 5 sips. Oh my, I was unaware anything could be this Irie.
Oh my goodness.
And
You know,
another country we're not allowed back in.
as much of a man, as much as he was a man of peace, I have a feeling if Bob Marley was here, he'd kick your rear end right now. I mean it with all the love in the world, but I'm going to have to come and just whip you one right now, son. Lord, God help us. What are we? 4 minutes, 38 seconds, right in the toilet. So, against my better judgment, we're going to have Justin tell us a little bit about our producer of these fine alcoholic beverages.
Proof and Wood Ventures was established by Dave Schmier, a man with a long history in the liquor industry. Dave started out in the business by establishing his own marketing company focused on the drinks industry, where one of his first accounts was Absolute Vodka. If you're going to start with one, that's a good one to start with.
Yeah.
After a number of years promoting his clients' brands and after creating his own vodka brand, he was first exposed to rye whiskey by infamous Gary Gaz Regan, and a love affair with rye began. Several years later, Dave and his business partner, Mike Canbar, founded Redemption Rye. This was just in time for the rediscovery of rye whiskey, led by a new generation of mixologists looking for new flavors for their creations. Redemption took advantage of this rye revival, growing exponentially, and in 2015, their partners sold the Redemption brand. But Dave was not done with the whiskey business. So he founded Proof and Wood Ventures, an independent bottler and blender. And since opening this new endeavor, they have won numerous awards and acclaim for many of their whiskeys and rums. So let's start with our first expression from Proof and Wood. Exodus Rum Man. 42% alcohol by volume or 84 proof. This rum is a blend of column-stilled rum and pot-stilled rum that was made in Jamaica and then aged in ex-American rye barrels and bottled in Bardstown whiskey. And if you drink too much, you're going to have
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
You're going to have a horrible Jamaican accent, just like me. On the nose, I got vanilla, butterscotch. I got melon rind. On the palate, it was sweet. It was a nice hit to it. And pronounced cane sugar. The finish was nice. It was mostly like a right side palate, spicy finish. What did you think, Bob?
Well, I thought it was delicious. I love good rum, and I hate bad rum. It's just like, there's no in between. It's like, clear rum. It's like clear spirits. Just what's the point? It's classic Jamaican rum. It's got that earthiness that I enjoy. The butterscotch on the nose. And on the palate. There's vanilla. The butterscotch is still there. And again, it's got that earthiness that I enjoy. This is a classic Jamaican style. I'm really digging it. I do notice a little bit of a difference in it, though, because I think those rye barrels are coming through a little bit. So I get a little bit of that. There's a little bit of a pepper in there.
Yeah.
But,
like a little Scotch bonnet.
But yeah, it is like a little Scotch bonnet, like a really, really soft, muted.
Yes.
Like you made a 5-gallon thing of chili, but you put half a Scotch bonnet in.
Yes.
It's in there. You can taste it. It's not hot, but you can get that flavor. Yeah. Yeah, that's lovely. I'm digging that. So, what'd you think, Brent?
Yeah,
you're the sailor. You like rum?
Oh, for sure. The on the nose, I got some of those notes, but I also got when you open up a box of matchsticks, you get that smell that I got kind of that on the nose as well.
Sure,
that matchstick smell, and then on the palate, it's just floral, the citrus, the apple cider, butterscotch. It's all funky.
Yeah. That's why I like Jamaican rum. It's got that funk to it.
Yep. Jamaican funk, so.
And the bottle even says, powered by the funk.
Yeah. It does?
Yeah.
Well, they ain't wrong. It's definitely. Okay, Dave.
There you go.
You got us on that one, buddy. Yeah. So, yeah. And, again, no color added, no flavors added. I mean, just.
It's a very light color. They can use it's a white, and then it's aged in those barrels that just gives it a little bit of color to it.
Mm-hmm. But well done. I'm really digging this, and it comes as a surprise because when I think of Dave, I'm thinking whiskey. I'm not thinking rum. But this one's delicious. So we're going to be giving the Exodus rum well-deserved 4 sips. Way to go, bud.
That's classified.
So that's going to take us to our next drink, which is the Roulette straight rye whiskey. So. Let me just get a sip of water. I hate to wash the rum out of my mouth, but I need to. So the Roulette rye, that's 100 proof, 50% ABV. It's a 95.5 rye. It's 4 years old. This is distilled in Indiana, MGP. So on the nose, there's that classic MGP dill.
Dill.
It's not, some barrels you get from them.
Some are more than others.
Dill is really.
This one is not as strong.
There.
This one is a very light dill.
Yeah, it's more like a jar of pickles to me.
Yeah.
It's that. There's brown sugar. A little bit of baking spice. And then on the palate. On the palate, there's some honey. A little bit of sweetness to it. their tasting notes, they've got red and black pepper. I don't get the black pepper, but the red pepper is definitely there. And it's not, real hot.
It's not like a spicy red pepper. It's it's the flavor of the red pepper. Yeah, it's the flavor.
Well,
like
it's
the flakes.
Yeah. It's that's what it is. It's not the heat. It's the taste. So I mean, this is a nice little rye, and I if I remember correctly, talking to him, he was. I think they basically say this is meant to be your everyday drinker, easy going, not expensive sort of table whiskey, and I think it does a good job. What do you think, Brent?
Yeah, everything you mentioned there was pretty spot on. With the nose, it's kind of your classic rye nose. It's but it's got a lighter nose than if you hit like in some of the stronger ones. The palate, that honey, the pepper, that the finish was really short lived. It was that was if I had to put one thing down about this, it's just needed to spin that roulette wheel a little bit longer and get that finish longer or something, And
the red pepper, although I enjoy it, kind of threw me off because I'm expecting sort of more of the black pepper spice when you're dealing with the rye, but it's definitely more red pepper for me.
Yeah, maybe it's the red and black from the roulette wheel, So
maybe that's it. Maybe we spun wrong. Maybe we should have bet on red. If we bet on red, we'd win.
Right, always bet black.
You know what they say, you'll never go back. What did you think, Justin?
I think if I was making a Bloody Mary and I was really bored of vodka, I would throw this in there, and it would add all kinds of spice accents to my Bloody Mary.
So like maybe making a Canadian-style Caesar?
Yeah. I did think of it as salad dressing, too.
No, Caesar.
It's what?
It's basically a Bloody Mary in Canada.
Oh.
It's made, they use Clamato, and, it's a little slightly different.
Oh.
But it's called a Caesar.
Okay.
You should travel more.
Yeah, I should. I've been to Canada, but I didn't know about this drink.
Well,
I probably thought it was a salad. I don't eat green stuff.
But that was in college, and you were just smuggling weed across the border. That's different. So, I think you're right. I think this would, in a Bloody Mary Caesar, I think this actually would be pretty damn tasty because I think that pepper would pick up on it. So,
it's really not meant to be a straight, drinking it straight. This is definitely meant for a mixer, of some kind, So,
but
and that's okay. And that's
solid whiskey.
Yeah, yes, it is.
All right. Well, we're going to be giving the Roulette straight rye whiskey 2 sips.
Well, isn't that nice?
So that's going to bring us to our next one. We're going to have Brent tell us about that one.
Thanks, Bob. This is the representative barrel-proof straight bourbon whiskey, 57.43% ABV or 114.86 proof. This bourbon is aged a minimum of 4 years or 2 congressional terms. The blend is a small batch blend of approximately 20 barrels. It's distilled in Indiana from a mash bill of 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% barley. The barrel entry was at 120 proof. It's a winner of the 2023 World Whiskey Awards World's Best Bourbon. Now, one thing you have to know about these bottles is they're all kind of, politically, made, motivated. They've got, the eagle on the front, the wax that's got the white wax on it, and and stuff. It's just, So color on this one, it's a light copper, an 80s copper color. I got on the nose, I got vanilla, cherry, peanuts. Got peanuts on the nose of this one. On the palate.
Would you pronounce that a little differently, please?
Peanuts.
It's a family show.
Peanuts.
We're inclusive here.
Right. I mean, it's
including a little bit more than I'm comfortable with, buddy.
All nuts are welcome.
Yeah, apparently so. You
So
spent a little too much time on that ship, I'm thinking, but okay, I don't judge.
We all took our time in the barrel.
I'm sure you did.
So on the palate, it's a lot of citrus that comes through. Get a little bit of a tobacco on there. It's just get the spices come through. A little bit of the caramel and vanilla. Well made. It's this has got like an oily mouthfeel and a creamy mouthfeel. It's kind of got like both to it. It's a medium finish. but it's much better than what you would expect from a 4-year. I just, when we have to think of it as 4-year because it says it right on the label and stuff, but it drinks longer than a 4-year. So
we'll be back.
Yeah.
As the whirlwind grows, we glide beneath the stars in cobalt blue. Look to the left, to the right. Keep your eyes on the road, my darling, wondering if we're only passing through. Open roads and open windows, my hand is yours forever, sweet love. Our eyes ahead on these back roads with a view.
Okay, Hey, and we're back, and Brent was just finishing up his thoughts on the representative, but we handed him the water bottle to try a little squirt. What'd you think?
Yeah, they always hand me that darn water bottle. But this one, you know what? That water bottle really kind of helped it. It's that finish on it just bumped up. It went from a medium to a medium, really long finish. On the nose, the peanuts really came out on it. A lot more on it.
He pronounced it right.
No, I did not.
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah.
A little bit more tobacco came out and a little bit more vanilla came out on the palate. I can see why this won the 2023 World Whiskey Awards for Best Bourbon. I wasn't really seeing it before I added the water.
Yeah, it's a wholly different whiskey.
Yeah, and you had to add the water to really appreciate it. So
yeah, I mean, I sipped it a while ago. It's still going. I mean, wow, that's night and day.
It is still going.
Holy cow! Yeah, that is night and day. Wow. Yeah, this is just. I mean, on the nose, the vanilla's still there. I don't know if it's cherry as much as it's more like a cherry cola, like cherry Coke on the nose.
You didn't pick up any cherry before adding water. I didn't pick up any cherries before adding water.
And their notes, they had peach, but it was more like peach pit for me, but that's also blown off. So, but on the palate, hold on. On the palate, the citrus is still there. There's like a prickly baking spice. The vanilla's there. The tobacco is amped up tenfold.
Yeah, right. It's just,
I mean, like,
that jumps up.
I didn't get it at all, but now it's really jumping up. And it's got a real nice baking spice to it, and the finish just goes on. And this just moved up on the scale for me big time. Yeah, this is delicious. What did you think, Justin?
This was a hard one to get my head around. The nose, it was definitely like vanilla, and there was cola and melon rind. The palate was like really aged tobacco and spice, and the finish was really spicy. Once you added water to this finish will go on a good 4 or 5 minutes every time you sip it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I was impressed.
Yeah, it's like old, really aged, like Connecticut shade leaf, the really high quality tobacco leaves, when they've been sitting there hanging for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, wow. Well, if you purchase a representative, absolutely, when you pour it, give it some air and definitely give it a few drops of water and wake it up, because there's something hiding in there. So that's delicious. So we're going to be giving the representative barrel proof straight bourbon whiskey. What was that? What was the bottle on that? Is that bottle 23? 22. Yeah, 23. Bottled in summer 2023. We're going to be giving that a well-deserved 4 sips.
That's classified.
So that's going to take us to our next one. We're going to have Justin tell us about that.
So I have the privilege of talking about the Senator Barrel Proof Straight Rye Whiskey. It's 58.39% alcohol by volume, or 116.78 proof, and I definitely didn't do that math. This rye whiskey is distilled in Indiana from 95% rye, 5% malted barley mash bill, and aged a minimum of 6 years. or one senatorial term, and is blended from a batch of 10 to 20 selected barrels. It's got like a new copper penny kind of color to it. On the nose, I get hit with orange peel, some kind of sage, and after I threw some water in it, a little bit of blackberries, which came out strong on the palate after water, along with melon, orange rind, and a classic rye hit. And it was a long, spicy finish on this one, too. It's fun. What'd you think, Brent?
Oh, for sure, it's fun. On the nose, I got that orange peel and chocolate brownies that came out with me. Once that palate with the water in it, blackberries, oranges, a little bit of bitter chocolate. You get that whole creamy, oily mouthfeel to it. It's a different mouthfeel than what you normally expect. Usually you get creamy or usually you get oily, and I don't know how they've done it. They've really combined the two of them for this, Really long finish.
You'd almost think there's unmalted barley in it.
Yeah. I really like this. This is, the first chance I've had to have this one, I believe, and it's impressing me. So, Bob?
Again, this is one that when we tasted, we thought was pretty good, and then we added water, and it just absolutely skyrocketed. The palate for me, it's still it's a lot of nuttiness to it, hazelnuts.
Yeah, I got mostly fruit on that palate, though.
It's like the palate. It's like the underlayment is nutty, but then I get fruit on top of it. There's orange in there. On the nose, there's some toffee in there. There's cigar box, rubbed sage, and with the water, the blackberries just almost leaped out of the glass.
I have a habit at home when I'm sitting there sipping on a bourbon or something. I might throw one or two blackberries in my bourbon, and after I finish the glass, I'll eat it. But this one has the blackberries like predominant in it, So it's I don't know that I've had one of a bourbon before or a rye like this that's had that blackberry taste to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, once the water came in, it was almost like you added blackberry flavor to it, for crying out loud. It just all of a sudden leaped out.
This would be great in a Manhattan.
Or by itself with nothing.
It would be great. It would be great
or that.
inside me. So, this one's wow. And the finish on this really goes just huge finish. Just keeps going. Yeah, this is a good one. Good job, Dave. This one's delicious. We're going to be giving the Senator Barrel Proof Straight Rye Whiskey a well-deserved 4 sips.
That's classified.
All right, Brent, you want to tell us about our last one?
I'll try to. So the last one is another one in the series here this is called the Cabinet. It's a blend of straight whiskeys. It's 56.26% ABV or 112.52 proof. So they got right down to the nitty gritty on those. So this expression from Proof and Wood is a blend of 2 straight bourbons and 4 straight rye whiskeys, all distilled in Indiana. The rye whiskeys used in this blend are from 2014, 2015, 2016, and 2017, all with a mash bill of 95% rye, 5% barley, so your standard 95.5. And the bourbons used in this expression are a 2016 bourbon with made from corn, 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% barley, and a 2017 bourbon made from 99% corn and 1% barley. Kind of reminds you like of a mellow corn kind of thing, when you think about it.
I like mellow corn.
I love
mellow corn is great. There's nothing wrong with it. Again, this has got that early 80s copper penny color to it. On the nose, it's a rye nose with fruit overtones. It's got apricots, toffee, a little bit of butter. It's just the nose is great. I mean, who's ever doing their blending for them knows what they're doing here. I mean,
Dave Schmier. It's Dave.
yeah, but I mean, it's 6. You got 2 bourbons and 4 ryes. I mean,
He's talented.
Yeah, that's just
And he can do rum, too.
Yeah.
right. It just goes to show you on the palate. A lot of dried fruits. I got nutmeg, got mint, vanilla, tobacco, and the finish is just a nice, rich, spicy mouthfeel, long, satisfying. And this is a hit. I mean, you can't just give somebody 6 bottles of whiskey and say, "Hey, blend this." You really got to know what you're doing. And they know what they're doing.
It's just generally not going to work out.
Well, yeah, right.
I mean, you can put about 40 in front of me. I guarantee
Right,
I'll come out with something mediocre. 100%. I know I can do it.
Right. It's what a lot of people, they tend to throw their, their last remaining bits of their bourbon in an infinity bottle.
Spit bucket.
Right. It's called
the spit bucket.
Right, a spit bucket. That's the best word for it. So. Like they think they're going to know something about blending. Oh, taste this! I got this great spit bucket for you to
whereas
taste.
You have somebody who's had years of experience and training and learning how to blend. I'm just going to randomly dump whatever's left over, and oh yeah, that'll work. I'm going to get lucky.
I'm going to pick everything I didn't care to kill.
Here's an
The
idea:
whole bottle and
take
blend it
every
together.
paint that you buy for the next 30 years and dump whatever is left in the end of that can into a big bucket, and then paint your house with it when it's done, and see how quickly the HOA comes and kicks your rear end. So,
I will never understand.
Oh, my neighbors would love me.
what color is your house? It's
It's spit
puke.
bucket blue.
Yeah, it's puke color. It's baby poop yellow. Yeah, it's awesome. Yes.
I think it just turns brown after a while. I mean, So,
then we drink it down.
Yeah, then we drink it down. But yeah, that baffles me to all get up that somebody.
the fat man made a funny.
But he's talented here. This is a pure show of the talent that is put on by the blending of these, different ryes and bourbons.
Yes, good job, Dave.
Yeah, Justin, what are you thinking there?
I think that Dave showed us he can blend today. I think this expression is fun. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. And it pulls out notes that you just don't get in other bottles. So it's not going to be like anything else in your collection. It's just going to be, it's a different thing. But it's a good different thing.
Yeah, I mean, apricots on the nose. How many do you know that have apricots on the nose? It's not a lot, so...
He must have a great selection.
Butter on the nose. Butter. I mean, they get butter on the nose. It's
to choose from.
Yeah.
He spent some money on a lot of barrels, and he knows when to pull them out and when to leave them alone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's toffee on the nose, but again, there's like lightly brown butter, like poured over a steak.
Yeah.
The nose is really pretty, but the palate is, again, this is another one. Add water to it, and it will reward you. When we first opened it, the nose was not really there when we first opened. I put a couple of drops of water in, and it unlocked. And the nose is really nice.
The rye pops on the nose when you add the water.
The rye jumps out.
Just jumps out at you.
But there's a bit of creaminess to it on the palate. Now I've got to attribute it to that 99% corn bourbon. I mean, it's just really, really nice. But the finish on it, I'm getting, front and side and mid palate. I'm getting a nice coat to the tongue with it. So,
I mean, who do we know that makes 99% corn? It's not mellow corn. That's 100% corn, right?
Mellow corn? I don't think it's 100%.
Got to have something to.
Yeah, you're gonna have barley. You got to have barley
in there.
Yeah, you need the enzyme. So
yeah,
it's probably 99.1 to also.
Yeah. It might be that. It might be what they're using.
Yep,
that's
possible.
Aged mellow corn. Yeah.
Why not?
Well, what would be better than that?
Well, I think the cabinet would be better than that. So
yeah, there you go.
So we're going to be giving the cabinet a blend of straight rye whiskeys, a well-deserved 4 sips.
That's classified.
Way to go, Dave. Killing it, man. I mean, absolutely killing it. I mean, great whiskeys, fantastic rum. So, anything from Poof and Wood, if you see that label, buy it. Buy it.
Yeah.
So, and he's pretty good dinner companion, too. So,
Yes.
well, that's all the time we have for the show today. I want to thank my co-hosts for joining us this evening for this lovely political discussion. This is man, right now in this environment, this is as political as I want to get.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take this with me and move to Switzerland. So I'm tired of the bickering. I'm just tired of the bickering.
It just gets old, right?
It's just, everybody hates everybody, and I'm just sick of it. So thank you, Brent.
No, thank you. This is a pleasure today.
And thank you, Justin.
Thank you, man. Cool runnings.
On second thought, I take that back. I don't thank you after that. Well, for Sips, Suds, and Smokes,
Jamaican bobsled.
for Sips, Suds, and Smokes, this is Made Man Bob. We thank you for joining us. And remember, life is too short to drink bad whiskey. And if you're drinking Proof and Wood, chances are you're not drinking bad whiskey. You're drinking good whiskey.
Or rum.
Or rum.
This has been a One Tan Hand production of Sips, Suds, and Smokes, a program devoted to the appreciation of some of the finer slices of life. From the Dude in the Basement Studios, your hosts, the Good Old Boys, will see you all next time.